Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a good day. I want to talk about different things. We're really getting ready for a monumental shift. This month is this month of June is very transformational, and then we're going to see throughout the whole summer great shift, very, very powerful shift, which will lead us in September with a clear new plan for life as a global community. For there is a many galactic councils that have put in place a lot of different plans, and some of them are very drastic for humanity. We'll see what will be approved by the spiritual hierarchy and will be validated by God, for it is always the source, the creator, that has the first word and the last word on all things. So it is important to not let yourself be distracted, to let go of all the news medias, even alternative medias, and to connect to nature, to spend, it is recommended, of course, to drink a lot of water and to rest well and to exercise, but to spend 15 minutes a day with foot on nature. And I know for myself, I can't really do it right now, but I will be able to do certain things, physical balance that I am seeking to achieve, and for that what I will do is I just need 2 weeks where I can swim every day and I can live without shoes, to be barefoot on for like 2 weeks, and just that will completely restore my balance on the physical level. For all the dark souls, I've received a final warning from the Creator, yet they're still in the full mind control process, and they're using media and advertising, and they're even sending drones to activate nanoparticles within human beings that have been subjected to that can be influenced towards the dark side. They're trying all they can for those dark extraterrestrials that are controlling the program, that they're really seeking planets that they can enslave. It's part of their power game. They're parasites, but they will be removed. And many have been removed, but it's not. They won't be reported in the media because they control the medias and the pharmaceutical and all those things. And they're connected to certain groups of humans that are working with them in this power control. But they will have to answer for their crimes. And it's like. All the portals, the technological portals and stargates have been closed, so they cannot escape. There will be nowhere to run. The light is everywhere now, so they will no longer. They're just gonna have to answer for their crimes, and for it is not for us to judge. But yet the organic portals will continue to stay open, and the 5th, the 6th, and 7th chakras will continue to stay open to the higher realm. And so, and true leaders will come to repair, to restore all the systems of government after the shift. And so, for once all the darkness will be removed, we're gonna move into a new galactic era. It's gonna be quite fabulous. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be beyond what we dreamed of. We will be quite satisfied, even though we've been through a very difficult time. I'm gonna pull a few cards and discuss spiritual sciences and technology. For all that I'm talking about here is spiritual philosophy, but it is very scientific. And if you apply those equations of connecting inside, of releasing, of focus, you'll see the result is science is like when you apply an equation and it always produces the same result. It's a scientific principle. So all of those things are very scientific in essence. All those things I'm talking about, just as they're very artistic too. They're creative part to it, as esoterical art. Essentially, the esoterical art is to take the seminal essence, to transmute it into vital essence, to turn it into spiritual energy. But there are many it's like shortcuts to ascension. But there are many other arts that everybody will be led and guided towards the practices. Everything is very useful, meditation and so on. The past is purification. The present is patience. And what is coming is the revelations. Great revelations will be coming. What we're working on now is protection. For you're the only one that's qualified to drive your car. Don't let anybody else drive your life, drive your car. And so you are the one. Just God. You can put God in the command of your car. He will drive you where you need to go. If you feel like you're in a dark area, you can imagine that the Archangel Michael is seated on the right side of God as a bodyguard if you need, for traversing like Dante when he traversed the circle of hell. He had Virgil to guide him and protect him through the process. But in essence, you know yourself unprotected if you remember this light of God. And the future will be love. We're going to move into new octaves of love. We're going to be able to enjoy it so much. There's so much that will be. For I woke up with a blank mind. It was like just my I am presence reinforcing me, the blessings that is before me, that is coming. So it was kind of nice. For positive thoughts are impulses of source, positive mental, emotional, and negative thoughts are resistance to the love of God, to the source. So just become the master of your mind and just know what you empower, what you give control, to regain control of our mind. It is important to regain control of what we empower. So let also negative people become irrelevant, and we do all we can for everybody with no discrimination. We want to do give to all universally, but to not do not let anybody do not waste your precious time and energy with situations that you cannot affect positively, and just it will decrease your empowerment. So imagine if there were 20 or 10 or 20% of the human population that would focus on peace, that would focus on joy, on freedom, on abundance, of sovereignty, on well-being, and that will create. So this is really coming. There's this great awakening. It is important to continue to to connect, to visualize a crystal pyramid. When you can imagine an amethyst pyramid you walk into, or an emerald pyramid when you want healing, but a crystal pyramid, and then you go into it, and then you can, within this crystal pyramid, there's this beautiful violet fire flame, and you can sit comfortably in it, and you let yourself bathe in this energy. Or you can also sit on the other side of the pyramid. There's this beautiful fountain of liquid light. It eternally flows, and then there is a cup. You go there, and you take every day you drink a little bit of liquid light, and on the other side of the pyramid there is this the crystal bed. And then if you feel like you want some adjustment, you imagine yourself laying in it, and call on the angels of healing, and they come and work on aligning your frequency. Those crystal pyramid, you'll be more and more solid within your consciousness, and you'll be able to return. For there, you can never be bothered. Only your guides and higher guides, the astral beings, do not have access to those, and they're connected to the world pyramids. And so to work with that, very soon there's going to be some amazing technologies. The crystal beds are going to be revealed. There's going to be no more need for traditional medicine, chemicals, or so on. For those crystal beds are like crystal bubbles, technological from the galactics. We lay down 15, 20 minutes, 45 minutes if necessary. And they remove all addiction, all psychological problems, all the causes of what created illness. They restore the physicality. They create this rejuvenation as well. They can keep us young. They can keep us healthy. They can remove all sorts of psychological traumas as well. They create this balance. It's going to be quite wonderful. We want to heal and release all the painful memory from our energetic field, and so call on for help from the angels and archangels and masters or your guides to do that and to create this balance. But the medbed will be quite wonderful. We're also going to have soon access to free energy. It's going to be really, it's the beginning of something. And for the crystal technology, those are crystal-based technologies, will be the future of technologies. There's countless, there is all kind of level that we'll discover. But when we connect to the crystal, we crystallize our physical body and we work with crystal technology. There is symbiosis between the resonance of unity between the crystals and your inner structures, the consciousness and the crystalline consciousness. And so in the future, and Arcturus, for instance, they don't have televisions, but the family groups, they have crystals, and they get all they need, and they have this interacting holographic communication with the crystals that connects the whole society. They also created those wonderful crystals that they placed near the great central sun that get the light directly from the central sun, and then taking little pieces of those crystals, we may be given some of those little pieces of that crystals, and then that provides amazing energy from the great central sun. There is all kinds of Arcturians are very specialized. For millions of years, they've been specialized in the creation of very powerful crystals. So we're going to discover those crystals technologies. But the greatest science is those are inner sciences, the science of what works for you. There's all kinds of, allow yourself to be guided, to be empowered, to be tuned in to those higher frequency, and then it will come naturally, and those all kinds of things that may appear to be magic, but then something that's magic to us, that appears to be magic to us, is like it may be very scientific. If you come in with a cell phone, a working cell phone in the Renaissance, people will think, oh, it's a magic box, it should be burned. This person is a magician, you should burn it. But, it's like all those things, all is relative. It's like, how do we consider the Greek gods? Those beings were gods because they had this inner sciences. They knew so much more. They had amazing power in relationship to mortal beings at the time. So all of it is relative, but we're going to discover those new sciences. We need to turn this icy realm, this frozen world, into a tropical paradise. God is both in the ice and in the sunlight, the sunshine. It's like he's everywhere. But for him, he really wants to get into this plan of turning. For we move away from the ice age from a physical standpoint, but on a mental, emotional level, we're very icy. We're not very warm and loving as a society. So it's like all of things will change. Just sharing thoughts and ideas. I hope they resonate with you. I thank you for your comments. I really enjoy them. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing, and thank you for your donations. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I may still be able to do a few of those. For it is important to imagine what your ascension will look like, and it's like stepping stones. What will be the step that will get you closer to source? Even if at the end result you won't be that, it's still envisioning, preparing yourself for the steps you need to make towards this source and towards this empowerment. It's like choosing a new wardrobe. What does it look like? Or moving into a new house. What the colors of the wall, what are the furniture, what are the lighting you envision. So it's like already planning your ascension, and then remain flexible and fluid in relationship to what is going on. For we becoming ascended masters, we're gonna to be able to make the radiance of your being manifested in the physical world. And so but you control the direction, you control your mind, and you want to be in control of what is going on, yet letting the flow of life manage your guide you, your GPS to guide you through the process. I'm going to pull a few more cards. We have a very advanced technology within ourselves that is very, very advanced. A divine polymer. It's a giant molecule. It's called the DNA. We all heard of that. We know we have that within each of every one of our cells. And for the highest wisdom is the crossroads. And there's certain people that will cross our path, and then at some point we need to decide which way we go. What we need to understand is milk and honey, whether to test the good things out of life, to accept that life has to be good, life has to be fulfilled. What we need to do is to the higher power, to work more efficiently, to be more conscious on what works in relationship to working with all the amazing invisible forces and our creator, how to become more co-creator, present within the presence and conscious of the co-creative process. And the outcome will be the why. We'll understand the in and out. The in and out will be revealed. How things work is very important. This is really a key. For the Akash, the memory is actually held within our DNA. The DNA is the Akash. It holds all the memories of all our past life, but it holds all the connection to the Pleiades, the Sirians, the Arcturians. We all have those one self. It is not a separate being from us. They're just connections through the source codes. And we all had past lives in those dimensions. So do not be surprised if those connections are felt deeply. For this, it is really the divine molecule. It's the DNA. Is really quite divine. For it is. The more now I realize I know a lot of things that through my process, my experiences, my journey, my experimentation, my exploration. I've discovered so many amazing things that Spirit revealed to me, and that leads me to know that that the humans, the science of humans today are absolutely, they know nothing about the universe, they know nothing about the atom, and they know nothing about themselves. So it's kind of humoristic how much we do not know and pretend that we know. It's like, but continue to let it unfold from within yourself. Believe and trust that what is revealed to you by your spirit through your dream, your meditation, your insight, there is a reality function. for always been here on this planet for decades, a keeper of frequency, a guardian of the higher visions. But I'm moving more into this warrior of light kind of function and capacity. For God has a very specific mission that my I Am Present told me that he's chosen me for a very specific mission on the planet here. And we all have this very specific mission, is where there is joy and fulfillment as well. For sometimes we go through heaven and we go through hell on a mental, emotional level, but it's also because we are needed to transmute certain things. We are needed to see how we deal with certain experiences. For the I Am Presence and our guides and the company of heaven are always consistent in the love and positivity of the energies. It is not the only influence we have invisible influence we have within ourselves. Sometimes there is low astral beings that are utilizing the false light, somber light to create false vision, to distract us, to create fear, to create nightmares, and so to be discerning and to not give power to put yourself in this creator light. So that yet all is one, but we will eliminate all the negative influence, to be discriminating, to release, process, and transmute all those darker energy, to be alone with your I Am Presence, your guides, and the company of heaven, and your soul groups, and from there all positive beings will come to reinforce that process. For there is great celebrations to come. I do sense this. I do feel it. Did I pull some cards? Yeah, I already pulled some cards. I'm going to sing a song to finish. I wasn't really sure what song to sing, and so this one came out of the pile, and so I'm going to sing it. It's a song of Eric Clapton. It goes like this. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup. She brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say, yes, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party, and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say, yes, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes. And I wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. It's time to go home now. I've got a aching head. I give her the car keys. She helps me to bed. And then I tell her, as I turn out the light, I said, my darling, you are wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you are wonderful tonight. Going to a party and sharing joy, it's very what should be on the agenda to prepare for this new life, this new experience, and to reopen. We've been cultivating this dream, and now it has grown, and the fruits are gonna. So, for it is not whatever's not happening is just let go of what those things that are not happening. It is the Four of Raphael. There is a cup that is given. Accept it. Looking to other possibility. Look into the magical side of life. Becoming aware of your emotions. So seek out the magic. Do not look into the linear anymore, and the linear, the restricted, limited. Just imagine look into this side that is quantum, that is magical, that is And that is sometimes it's so good it's okay to go outside of the mind and to draw on the information and to feel it, and then to go along with that, and then you will be balanced, and it will be manifested, and there will be so much gratitude. Also, we're being preparing for this great transition throughout this whole summer, and so just but be in the here now, already in the prepare yourself to whenever you're ready. The spirit is ready now, and so just I hope you're having a good day. I hope you will enjoy that. You will the blessings and miracles will flow in your direction, and be prepared for that. I thank you very much. Namaste.